Hey guys, in this video we'll be implementing the Firebase storage APIs in our Unity project. We assume that you have your Firebase project and Unity project set up and Firebase SDK downloaded and imported. If not, you can check out our previous videos where we've done that. In this video, we'll be implementing the following. You can skip to a specific section you like or follow along. So without wasting any time, let's get started. First, we create a Firebase bucket. Go to the Unity project dashboard, select storage, click on get started to create a new bucket. As you can see, now the cloud storage rules are very similar to the real-time database rules. Currently, the rules allow anyone to read the files but only authenticated users to write. We'll come back and change this later. Now click on next, select any location for your bucket and then click done. Now the bucket is created and added to our project. Let's edit the rules. Click on the rules tab. Here you can see that you can write rules for each path. We'll not get into the details regarding the rules, but if you want to learn more, do let us know in the comments below. As we're using it only for developing and testing, let's just set the rules to be public so that anyone with or without authentication can read and write the files on our bucket. Now that the rules are set up, let's try uploading an image on our bucket through the console. To upload a file, click on the upload button, select a file. I'll be using the Vikings logo and click done. Now we have an image loaded in our bucket. Let's try displaying it in our Unity project. In our Unity project, let's create a new folder to store scripts. Now let's import the storage package from the Firebase SDK. Once it's imported, check for any errors. If there are no errors, the package is imported properly. Now let's create a raw image object in which we would be loading our image from the storage bucket. We are using a raw image object as it supports textures while the image object requires you to use sprites. Now let's create a script image loader to load the image into this image object. Let's move the script to the scripts folder and open it in the editor. First, let's import the Unity Engine UI package to use the raw image object. Then we define the raw image object. Now in the start function, let's get the reference of the object using the getComponent function. This works because I've attached the script to the image object itself. Now let's create a coroutine function that will load an image from the URL and add it to the image object. To know more about why we are using coroutines instead of regular functions, check out our video on coroutines. First, we need to add the Unity Engine networking library. Now, we create a Unity web request to directly get the texture from the URL. Next, we wait for the request to complete by using the yield return statement. After the request is complete, we check if there are no errors in the request, then we change the texture of the image to the texture received in the response. Now let's test if our coroutine works. We can test it quickly by going to the storage bucket and directly copying the link of the image we had uploaded earlier. In the start method, we directly start the coroutine with the link provided. Let's run this in the editor. And it works. In general, this is suitable for static files whose links are not going to be changed and can be accessed without any authentication. Although this method would not work if you have dynamic content stored in the bucket and you want only authenticated users to access the files. Now let's try to load the images using the Firebase APIs. First, let's import the Firebase extensions and Firebase storage libraries. Now let's create variables to store the reference for the Firebase storage and storage reference. Now let's go to the start method and initialize these with default instances. For storage reference, you need to pass the URL of the bucket which you can find on your console. Now that the storage is initialized, we need to get a reference of the image that we want to load. If you go to the Firebase console, you can see that the image is not nested under any folder, so the path is directly the file name. In case I had stored it under a folder, let's say images, then the path would have been images/file name. Let's add the path to the file. Now that we have a reference to the file, we need to get a link from which we can download it. The storage reference has a function getDownloadAsync, which returns the download URL for the file. Now once we get the download link, we need to check if there are any errors. If there are no errors, then we start a coroutine to load the image. The task returns a URI object, so we need to convert it to a string before we pass it to our coroutine. Let's quickly see for any errors. Okay, so the convert library is present in the systems library. So let's import that. Now that there are no errors, let's run and see. So yeah, as you can see, it works and the image loads. Let's quickly go through the code once again. So we have a coroutine which takes a URL, makes a request, downloads the image texture from the URL and applies that texture to the image object. In the start function, we first initialize the references for the image object, storage and storage reference. Next, we get the reference of the file we want to load, and then we get the download URL of the file, and finally we call the coroutine with the download URL. Now let's implement uploading a file. So we can either create our own file and upload it to the bucket, for example uploading an avatar of the user created in game, or we can ask the user to select a file to upload from their device. The first one could be implemented easily by converting the asset to a byte array and uploading that. But for the second one, Unity does not have a built-in method for selecting a file to upload. For that, we'll be using a file selector asset that is available for free on the asset store. Go to Unity's asset store, search for runtime file browser, select the package and buy it. Once you've done that, download it and import it in your project. Select all and click import. Once it's done, now the package is successfully installed. Now let's create a button to upload file. And now let's add a script on it to implement the upload logic. I'll name it as upload file and move it to the scripts folder. Now let's edit the script. So to implement file selection, I'm referring to the documentation of the Unity Simple file browser on GitHub. Its documentation is amazing and explains all the features in an easy language. For this project, I'll be using the example code given in the documentation. You can go through the comments and customize it as you need for your project. We would not be requiring the update function in this class, so let's remove it. Let's go through the code we have right now. First, we are setting filters of file that the user can select. In this case, true means all files. Then there are filter for images, and then we have filter for text files. Now we're setting the default filter to JPG. Next, we're blocking some extensions to be selected. Next, we're starting the coroutine to show the dialog. Now, in the coroutine, we are first showing the dialog to the user and then waiting for the user to select a file. Once the user has selected the file, we check if it was successful. If yes, then we print all the files that the user has selected. Then we read the bytes of the file that the user has selected. Let's test this quickly. So it runs without any errors, but the file upload dialog is shown as soon as the project starts. Let's move the start coroutine line into a function that will be called when we click a button. Now let's go to the button object in the onClick list, drag the upload file script and choose the onButtonClick function to link it. As you can see now, the file opens up on clicking the button. Now let's implement the Firebase storage APIs. The initialization is the same, so I'm copying it from the image loader file. Let's add comments to understand what these import statements are doing. Now that we have the initialization done, let's go to the coroutine. We need to create a reference to where the file needs to be uploaded. We can get that from the storage reference child. I'll be storing the uploads under an uploads folder, and I'll name the file as new file. You can keep the name dynamic if you want to store new files each time. UploadRef has a put bytes async function that takes the bytes and uploads it to the reference. Let's put a check that if the task is completed, only then print the file is uploaded. Let's add a few more log statements to see the status of the file. let's try compiling the file. After fixing the compilation errors, let's try running it. So as you can see, the project is running correctly. I'm able to select a file and it's getting uploaded. If I refresh my console, I can see that there is a new folder uploads and it contains a new file. But as you can see, the file type is octet stream. Even though I had uploaded an image, Firebase does not recognize the file type. This is because we need to specifically mention what kind of file we are uploading to the bucket. Let's go back to our script and fix this. We need to create a new variable, new metadata, and set its content type to be image JPEG. And we need to pass this variable as well along with the bytes to the putBytes async function. If we try now, we are able to select and upload the file, and the file is being displayed properly on the Firebase console. If you're facing issues with Firebase, ensure that you're using the Android platform in build settings. The package name is same as what you had saved in Firebase, and the Google services.json file is up to date in your project. If you're still facing some issues, do let us know in the comments section below. This was a very basic implementation of the Firebase storage in Unity. This could be improved by adding support for multiple file types, uploading multiple files together, and allowing only authenticated users to use the bucket. I hope you were able to follow along and found this video helpful. This was one of the topics that you guys had suggested to us to make a video on. So please suggest us more topics on which we should make videos. Do like this video and subscribe to our channel for more videos like these.